Well, hello, I'm back again. Thank you. I've had so many, again, fantastic comments, so many new subscribers. I'm really heartened by that, and thank you very much. So if you're new here, I'm Elaine, I'm 65, and I just like to gabble on and warble on about my life in retirement. And if you've come back again, oh, welcome. I'm so pleased to see you. So this today is a video about a week in my life, but it's an atypical, an untypical week in my life. Get me words right, Elaine, get it right. A lot of people ask you, what do you do in your retirement? What do you do? How do you fill your day? And so there's lots of things. I've got lots of new hobbies and I've got some good friends. I mean, a lot of this I'll cover again, but this is just an untypical week. We had a new bathroom fitted, and we had to sort of, do things to sort of try and stay out of the house, stay out of the fittest way. And this was a week of things that we did, including the bathroom. Now, I've run the clips together and had a bit of a voiceover, so you'll see some of the things I do. And I'll be back at the end just to tell you, to round it up and give you a few little anecdotes about, well, toilet anecdotes about how we coped with a non-flushing toilet. So hope you enjoy. And I'll see you again later. Typical outfit for me is casual trousers, my trusty trainers, t-shirt and this little linen jacket. I had my nails done. I have them done about every 3 weeks. I discovered I have an allergy to gel polish. So I have to just have acrylic overlays over my own nails and then them painted. I tend to like a French manicure with a twist. This time I chose a touch of a lemon. I had an afternoon at bingo. I really enjoy my bingo. I probably go about once a week. It's, I don't know, after the stresses and strains of work, this is quite an easy, enjoyable thing to do. I play with Club 3000. I use the electronic bees, and I also play on the table. I tend to have a bit of lunch. I chat to a few people. You often see the same people, and I won £30. I then made my way to Rochdale Town Centre later on in the week to meet some friends for lunch. Rochdale's been renovated, a lot of money investment put into it. It's now got a new shopping centre with a lot of the big high street stores are there, as you can see. I went into Marks and Spencer's to have a look what was new. Lots of like the new autumn winter clothing, lots of browns, greens, blues. I like the green that's around at the moment. I don't wear a lot of sweaters because of the M word. I'm always hot. I tend to wear t-shirts and cardigans, and I tend to layer. I looked at the jewellery. I cannot walk past the store without looking at all the costume jewellery. I love a costume jewellery. I think it adds a nice pop to an outfit. But this day I actually managed to walk away without buying any. And I continue to look around. Again, like I said, there's lots of beiges and browns. Not normal colours that I do wear. I did, however, like that jacket. It was like a burgundy brown. And it was quite nice, that I like that. As I walked across, I have to say I really loved this pink jacket with this blue pleated shiny skirt. Thought it was fantastic. Then I was looking at the jeans. I desperately want some new jeans. I live in them, but I've been wearing like the slim jeggings, but of course now they're more wide leg, or a wider leg than before. Being petite, I find them really hard to find. So many different styles, but a lot of them have got buttons now because of my big belly. I'd like to go back to having the elasticated, and I've only got a short leg. My inside leg's only about 27 and a half. I have to get them altered. But I'll keep looking. I will find them. I know I'll find them. They'll be somewhere out there for me. If anybody's got any good suggestions, I would absolutely be grateful to hear what style suits you as a petite. I then made my way through the pedestrianised area of Rochdale. As I say, lots of investment has been going on, and a lot of money has been spent on this town hall. It has been 21 million. I couldn't go through that area without paying hello to Gracie Fields. I love this statue. I think it's the most amazing statue of obviously famous Rochdale resident. I also threw in this snapshot of seeing her lit up at night, magnificent. As I say, 21 million. It was built in 1871 and it's a Victorian Gothic architecture. When you walk inside, there's a lot of exhibition material around about, you know, how the not the reconstruction, but how the refurbishment came about, you know, how it was all lovingly restored with expert craftsmen. There's a model of the actual building itself. As I say, Victorian Gothic, it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at the splendour of the tiles on the floor. They're absolutely beautiful. And that ceiling is breathtaking. I mean, they don't make buildings like this again. That's really showing me age when I come out with a statement like that. If you look ahead now, there is a grand hall on the upper floor, and here's a stairway that leads up to it. I mean, that is fantastic. The windows have been restored. Again, beautiful, beautiful work. You go through a couple more of smaller halls on your way to the restaurant, which is called the Mardle. Again, beautiful, beautiful features. Again, another breathtaking ceiling. Absolutely lovely. The restaurant itself is quite small, reasonably priced. I ordered, I had chicken, pan-fried chicken, but it was a macaroni cheese with cheese and ham with a parmesan crumb. It was very nice. Some of my friends they have soup and sandwiches and chips, and they absolutely loved it. Later on in the week, I am a huge football fan. I'm a female who loves football, and I'm actually a season ticket holder at Manchester City. I've been going to games since 1977. First game of the season, so naturally I had to be there. Pity we didn't win, but hey, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. It was really great to be back with all our old friends. I'd actually bought myself the new shirt because it was black and silver. This is day one. Our bathroom's been ripped out. Not a pretty sight at the moment. They've kept some of the old tiles and we're having cladding, so we just said, oh, don't knock the tiles down, just put the cladding over. Makes it more soundproof. The toilet can only flush with a bucket of water. Very rudimentary, but it works. We are now at the end of day 3. We still have the original toilet, not the new one, and you can only flush it with a bucket of water. But we have the new floor tiling down. Beautiful, nice, dark, textured tile. And then I believe tomorrow there is going to be the shower tray down. It's built up because there's some piping going around the bathroom on the inside that actually belongs to the radiator in the hall and the radiator in the lounge, so he's had to build the floor up, but it's fine, it should all be perfect. So I think the plan tomorrow is the shower tray and the wall cladding. As I probably said, we're not having tiles on the walls, but we're having the fiberglass sheets. So let's see how it goes on tomorrow. Right. In my early video, I did show you how the bathroom was going on, but I didn't show you the knock-on effect of our lovely lounge. We have lots of pieces belonging to the thing. That's the sofa I sit on. Then we've got a wall panel from some other part that needed to be removed temporarily. The hall furniture, some of the stuff out of the kitchen so that the water stop tap is in the kitchen. So I've got all that, and then if you see, if I'm sat on my couch as I normally would, I lose about a third of my TV, but hey, it's a small price to pay to have new things. So yes, so this is it, a quick look at our room. This is the final reveal, and it's all finished. I don't know what the light's going to be like because they've left the mirror, the cabinet mirror on. But that noise in the background is John locking the front door. It's got a nice complete unit, small basin, a very large walk-in shower with a double head shower, the rain shower, and a smaller handled shower. Oh, beautiful, absolutely. So much better than how it was before. Just need to get some now. I'm going to get some new towels, coordinating towels and bath mats. Finish it off. So I hope you enjoyed the little clip of the untypical week in my life. Obviously that wasn't just all the things I do a lot of other things. I like to watch TV, I like to read books, obviously like to watch other people's YouTube videos, and at the moment the football season's back, so we do tend to have wall-to-wall football, you know, regardless of the team. So no, that was just an untypical. I'll show you some other things again and talk you through a lot of talks about what I do with retirement and, you know, how I came to the decision, etc. Now, the toilet. We downsized from a 3-bedroom detached with a garage to this 1-bedroom flat last year. Various reasons why we did it, but it just suited us. It released capital and it gave us a smaller space. And the reason for the bathroom was partly because of that. Various health issues, particularly, you know, John's issues are his issues, and not to, you know, I don't really want to be divulging his, but he's always been a very fit man, but there's a few issues where he's not as fit as he was. And I've got the most horrendous arthritis. I've got something called facet disease, which affects my back, but the impacts of that is now running onto my hips, and I've got joint problems, I've got arthritis everywhere. I'm forever at physio and the GP, etc. So the other bathroom we had before, it was you stepped over into the bath, and it was a big bulky bath, and it was very close up against the wash basin, and it was more and more difficult to step over with stiffness and pain. And the corner of the sink was in a very strategic position that could get you where it would hurt more as you were climbing over. So we made that decision to get a walk-in shower. So that's why, you know, we've done what we've done, and we're really pleased with it. Now, because previously we've had new bathrooms, we've had a second bathroom, but we've only got one. So they were very kind, they left us with the toilet, but we had to flush it with the bucket. But the first day, they took it out on the Monday. They said they'd leave us with the toilet, but they never actually added the fact about the bucket. So when we got home the first day and they said, oh, you'll have to use the bucket, it's a little bit scary knowing that they're going to turn up at 8 o'clock in the morning. And if you're very regular, you know, you've got to do what you've got to do early on. So the very first day, I flew out of bed at about 6:30 in the morning and was putting my clothes on, and John was like, where are you going? I went, I'm just going to the motorway service station. Now, I know it sounds ridiculous, but we're actually very close to junction 19 of the M62. And so between 19 and 18, there's both services. So got in the car, went to the service station, went to the public toilets, and, you know, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. So I came back, and I was very, very quick, about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. John was like, that was quick. I went, yeah, I know, but I don't want to be using the buckets. So to flush, so that was one of the anecdotes. And then on day 3, there was different workmen coming, the tiler. Well, the others all said, we won't be here till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. He was here just after 7. John was actually in the bathroom. I said to him, there's a van pulled up in the car park. Oh, he didn't know what to do with himself. He was like, you know, mid-flow. So that was a bit of a trial and tribulation. And then during the week, when we were in and out during the day. We were out for drinks a couple of afternoons, different things like that. But when we had times in the house when they were in work in the bathroom, even though we had a toilet, there was usually 2 men in the bathroom all the time, and they were gorgeous. I would recommend the company we used to anybody. They were so nice, left it tidy every day. But we still had the problem with if we needed to go to the loo, you were trying not to have a drink, you were trying not to have an eat. So but basically we had to resort to the local supermarket, which was a Morrison's. We'd go just snipping out, one of us would go to the loo, or we had to go to, there's a local market hall that's open, indoor market hall that's open a couple of days a week. We'd go to the market hall. and use the toilet. It was challenging, it was interesting, but we did it. We absolutely did it, and it was worth it. But it was such a delight to get that flushing toilet back at the end of it. So that was it. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry if I'm talking about things that some people might not want to talk about, but hey, I was a nurse for nearly 38 years. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing. We have a toilet humour and a graveyard humour, and we have a bit of a sixth sense of humour. So, like I say, we've had it done, refreshed the towels, some new bits and little bits of decor, and I'm really, really pleased. So, I hope to see you again very soon. Take care. And if you want to like, and if you want to subscribe, and if you want to make a comment, then please do. I love to hear from you. Bye now. You take care. Bye.